Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this live stream event with Birmingham Royal Ballet. Tonight, we're bringing you a pre-recorded rehearsal of Sir Frederick Ashton's much-loved La Female Gardée. This rehearsal was filmed live during our Ashton Masterclass in partnership with the Frederick Ashton Foundation and hosted by Elmhurst Ballet School. In it, we will see two of our finest principals, Maslen and Beatrice Parma, being coached by our artistic director, Acosta, and former BRB Principal, Sandra Madgwick. Now, La Female Gardée was first performed back in 1960 at the Royal Opera House and has since gone on to be performed all over the world by many, many different companies. And I think it's fair to say that it's widely regarded as one of Sir Fred's finest works, and its enduring appeal lives on with audiences to this day. So our run of La Female Gardée opens at the Birmingham Hippodrome before moving on to Plymouth Theatre Royal and Sadler's Wells. Dates and ticketing information can be found in this video and the chat. Now, we are bringing you a pre-recorded rehearsal, but that doesn't mean that we are not live. Our team will be on hand to answer any comments and questions that you may have. So, without further ado, let's head over to Max, Bea, Carlos, and Sandra.
Yeah, I was talking to Sandra early on, how privileged she has been that I work with the man himself, and how I haven't been lucky enough to really know from first hand all these many details. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, I think it was very much what I said at the beginning, that he was he was quite quiet, Lynn, yes, he wouldn't say a great deal, but when he did stand up to say something, he was really, really sure about what he wanted, and he was very good at manipulating you into the shape that he wanted. He wasn't afraid to sort of, knock your head over and get it where he would want it to be. And there's a picture of myself with him before a show with Ian Webb, and his only comment was that he didn't like the way I'd done my hair. I have very fine hair, so I glued my curls on really securely so that my hair wouldn't fly away, because you sweat a lot in this ballet. And he was like, no, I want it all fluffy and pretty and girly, for this role. So, he had that eye for detail, and he was very much about making his ballerinas feel comfortable. I think I said that to you as well, that as much as he wanted it, he would allow us that freedom to do what suited us, which was lovely, yes. And I was very lucky to have worked with him, for sure.
I mean, the memories that I have, I remember the very first, I think it was the very first full length I'd done with the Royal Ballet when I first joined. We were in Barnes Court, and Anthony Dowell came and rehearsed. And that was the only time I got to really rehearse with him. And then after, it came back into repertory. But I remember, a lot of details that he gave me for that. And obviously, it was in the festival hall when I did my very first run of Fille. And to be honest, I wanted to retire afterwards because it was without a rehearsal, actually. It was quite a very tricky time for us, for the Royal Ballet, because I think he lost at that point the natural base, which it was Covent Garden, and we were trying to find, you remember, Janetta, we were trying to find any shows wherever possible, and then we went to the festival hall, and the props and the thing and the chickens and the hall, and we just almost finding all that out as you dancing as well, like a space. And I remember feeling very bad about that after, but then it grew, obviously, the show was actually the general rehearsal for me, but anyway. Mm-hmm. But so, how are we doing?
How you doing?
Okay, so you know this one. I love this part of the day. I think it's just, by the time it happens, you will have seen all the bravura, the fast steps, the humor, but then there's this glorious part of the day of romance and classicism and purity. I love it. So anyway, let's see how we get on. Can we do it maybe from the hand, pan, and then go around, parading hair? I think, can we do from there? Ti-da-di-da-dam, pian.
Take his hand. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry. This is like, sets the whole scene really for the thing. They've just had a bit of a comedy moment with Widow Simone, and he looks at it and he offers his hand and you go, oh my God. Yeah. So just, make it kind of a bit more of an item.
All right. Okay.
Yes. Follow the arm. May I? Yeah.
All right. Well done.
Well done.
Great.
On the very first lift, make sure you really follow the arm around as you go. And then, I think you did this, but the legs are very slightly off-center, so you're pushing slight sort of swan to them. And then think both arms by your nose, above your head, yes? And then the next one. It doesn't really matter whether you follow the arm that way or whether you leave it and you come round a bit later, but there's not much energy in the side arm. It's all the energy in the head and the body. So choose the way you want to follow that arm. Yes, and if you go that way, I'd go a bit more, as I come down, I'd go a bit more kind of aurora-ish, yes. Yeah, I'd go a bit more like that if you choose that one. And then I think you only did one arm, or they were very low, but it's kind of, think of face and up. Yeah, that's nice. And then could they have had a little bit more distance between them on the next arabesque?
Yes, and I recommend that for the penché, instead of going here, you just go with the other leg and you look at her over, instead of making it short.
And something with it, yeah.
And then let her go, and you almost go on the last minute if you want. After that.
Yeah, and also you need to, this is another glory moment. So once you've done this, once you do your pose and the foot is at the back, which was correct, as you finish the turn, start to make your back bend just before you finish the turn and really let it go. Yeah, channel your inner Lynn Seymour. Yes, at that point, yes, let it go. Yeah, and step together and fast, and yeah, you got to, yeah, that's it, yeah, and fast turn. Yeah, he never likes slow turns. Yeah, fast turns.
I recommend that you settle where you are at the end and try to move away from partner each time. So I used to wrap around. So if you do that period, so wrap around.
Go back.
And already, instead of here, you just go, grab that hip, wrap around, and you're there, and then you just go embrace, but you're there, and there is distance. Could even let go if you want. And then this one is a little bit, the music is a bit late for this. There is 1, 2, chassé, and then also from the beginning, the wrist. First of all, so we go here, yes, don't have air here. So try to really touch each other so that we see the wrist in there. Now, this is the bad news, okay? And I don't know if you remember that, but I remember Anthony telling me this. So when we go around, we carry her, and as you rotate, you lift her up. it's bad news for them because it's like meaning. But it's the idea that she's light and it keep growing. Now, don't move until it's time for that, so that she have the sense that she's flying. Especially in this one, you went like that and you already start moving. So try to this one on place. Now coming down. What? And then you highlight that lightness as if she's floating. Yeah? So just try from the beginning and see how you get on. So wrist, that's right. And yeah.
Leave your side arm down, leave your side arm down, that's it.
Beyond.
By your nose
Beyond.
and by your face. Push.
That's it, okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, it's all right, it's too much to remember. Yeah, no.
But what
side
Sandra,
arm, you don't need it. Yeah, it's just a little there, yeah.
what Sandra was saying is great, and if you look at her articulation, your job with the arms is highlight how light you are. So from here, when you curve around, try to do away with anything that resembles like that. So just trying to highlight that lightness. Every time it goes whoosh, it's almost like you're whoosh, floating with the arm.
I think it's very reminiscent of a romantic era ballet, isn't it? That sort of sylphide kind of, ethereal thing that you're after on that. Yeah, so just push the air away. Yeah, don't make it too, just float. Yeah.
Again? Yeah, why not? No, just go from here. That's right. Sorry. So before we start, I want to see this nice and long, this leg. So you go there, this one really nice and long, and then rotate the polemon. That's right. Good, that's right. Good, well done. And
In front of you, and in front of you, that's better.
and arrive. And sorry, maybe too much now.
Third arabesque.
Arrive.
Another,
Pulse, and just say.
Can we stop there?
Yeah.
I have some things.
Yeah,
Thank you. Difficult. Okay, so much better. I know obviously you've got to be in control when you do that, but you really need to do that one. And then a nice kind of head back when you're doing the promenade onto his shoulder. Yeah, okay. Whenever you do anything together, you need to be together. Yes, okay, so in this part, when you're changing direction, make sure that the arms open together, so it's not one person then the next person. That will come as you get to know it a little better. Yeah, and together, yeah, make sure it's together. That's right. All the pirouettes are on the diagonal, so you had the spacing a little wrong.
Right.
Yes.
You really want to go up.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Don't développé that. Just sorry. There, you're just literally kind of changing. I can't even remember which leg it is now. Changing leg. Yeah, just step on your leg and step and just grand back on. That's better. Yeah, and sing up and round. And remember what I said about no slow pirouettes. Yes. So it's almost like not a pirouette. It's about the rond de jambe coming out of it. Yeah, step together and a throw and round. Lovely. Double quick and throw. And that's better, isn't it?
Good.
Yeah.
And not a rush, Max. You arrive and you just arrive, and you walk that and arrive like nothing. Don't try, don't rush. Yeah, I know, it's fine. So in here, when you do the very first one, so you do the around, so you, and then just go at it, don't curve around, but go straight. Find her back here, so that you got in here almost. So that almost projecting a cushion for her to release the leg. So that's fine. This one is fine, it's fine. And then the other one that I see, maybe her leg is too high in this one, no?
It's also, like, you should get right over there, so you're making it too static. So it's not stop. It's not that. It's he's pulling you. Ashton wanted the boy to pull. I'm not going to do this. And you go, shunt. Shunt.
That's it, with the arm.
Shunt, yeah, okay, and you so don't think of it as just coming off the block. You have to, it's almost like a moonwalk idea. And move, and move, and move, yeah. It can be freer, can't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that one is.
Not, maybe no more she might fall, but just a little bit more abandon.
It's already too high, then it's way, way too high, so just minimize it so that there is a symmetry between, exactly.
So cover stage.
One, pa,
pull her down now.
one, ta, tia.
Beatrice, it's a strong movement, you're absolutely right, but I wouldn't be quite so fierce with it, yes? It's a little bit more just, yeah, throw your ribbon again. Yeah. And throw the ribbon, and throw the ribbon, and that's better, yeah.
Bien. Good, fine. Okay. And then, okay, all right, so should we move on? Should we take it from there into the end? Coming from the keys and into the chassés, Jeanette. Ready? And
Should we stop? I'd like to get that Ashton moment in, if that's all right.
Yeah, a detail that Sandra wants to.
I'd like to put in. This was something that Ashton spent a long time on in a rehearsal. Was the position that you get to. Somehow it seems to have morphed a little bit over the years, so I'd just like to tell you what he told Bruce and I. So you don't hold his hand, yes? So you're the bar, yes? And you've got to get it so she can actually get in there, yes? And make sure you're nice and flat, otherwise we tend to hit this back arm. And you are holding his wrist, yeah, which is really difficult because you swing, yeah. And give yourself some lung capacity to do that nice pose there. When you come down off the block into this position, this hand slides forwards. This one has to be well over this arm, so it's not like that, yeah. Here, and I don't know because I'm quite little, you might have noticed, and Bruce was much taller. This was quite hard for us to do, but once you get into that position and you're here, you have to get your head, there you go, yeah, that's it. But it was that, yes, so am I, yeah. So, but it's that seems to have got lost. It's holding hands and just an arm sort of here. It was, and he spent quite a long time on that, so, yeah. Da, and tia, and let it go. Hold on, you're a little, can you get it a little bit more? Yeah, and more towards your wrist. I'm trying to get it down your forearm a little bit more. Yeah, yeah. Keep it very, very soft. You know, you just had your nails painted and it's just like drying. Yeah. Yeah, okay, yeah, lovely.
And also for the chassé, I think because it's a clear chassé and you repeat it, if you just start the chassé here, we don't see the chassé. So from here, you need to come in so that we actually highlight the chassé. Because otherwise, it's just a tombé. We don't see it. And you see, you do it for the second time. Yeah, so moving. That's right. And from the same place. And in chassé, good. And
Whee! That's lovely. Good step out of his way. Please start it up. Get on the beat. Down, straight to penché. Straight to penché. You're looking at him. You go straight to penché. And you look at him. I know it's really hard. You swing. Yeah, straight to penché.
Such a hard step, that one.
Such a hard step. Yeah, I know. So what I used to do, because you always swing round the corner, is I used to pretend I was posing a little that way, so I'd end up there. Yeah. So you have to wait for him on the first one because he has to maneuver and all of that business, yeah, to get there. But don't make it look like you're waiting for him. Yeah, try and go into your penché, yes, while you're letting him get himself organized. And then you are actually, this is about looking at him, yes. So as you come round, you're looking at him, and then step. If you really feel like you're not on balance, you might have to just hesitate a bit, but you should be thinking of penché, yeah. Here, and penché, and him. Try and kind of be looking at him. Yes, again, we've got a neck thing going on here. So get those arms out a little higher. That's better, yeah. And look at him, and down, and look at him. I know, pose this way slightly so you don't swing, and down. Lovely, it's better. Up. Yes? Yeah, it's difficult, isn't it? And like you might have to, yeah. I wouldn't worry too much if you feel like you're coming a little back on the supporting leg. It happens. Yeah, it's not the prettiest, but it happens. Yeah, yeah.
And the chaîné, Max. Chaîné. One. Already presenting her for the second one. So you do one already.
You know,
Instead of just waiting.
Think of the ballerinas in the romantic area, and sort of you're on your twig.
1, 2.
Yeah, the more like that. Yeah, lovely. You know when he does the three jetés, 1,
try not to turn them back to back.
3, there's something with the arms, and it was bothering me. I'm trying to remember what it was.
That's fine.
So from the downstage arm, take it round and end in third arabesque. And then as you come down, make it into first arabesque. Before that, yeah, I think there's a swirl. It's missing. Yeah, exactly, yeah, keep that one. I think that's pretty. Yeah.
Should we carry on from penché into taillon, people, so that we could finish the part of the, from what we get to.
You can be slow, but it's just going down. You don't have to be fast. Out to the audience. Yeah. Back.
All right.
When he lowers you at the end, you're not supposed to let your legs extend.
Exactly.
It's awful for you. You've nearly got your nose on the
Or to go
floor.
all the way.
But
Yeah, I know.
you're supposed to hold the kneel, and it's I mean, you have to let the legs kind of relax just before you hit the
Yes,
floor,
before
otherwise you
a
just
little bit before,
fall.
just
But you don't want to see the legs extend like that. Yes, on the way.
It's called
yeah.
no pain, no gain. just quickly, how are we doing with time? Do we have 5 minutes? 5 minutes. We got 5
Mr.
minutes.
5 minutes.
Okay. After this is one of those jetés that are more no high after the ponché. We're talking about the head ponché. She goes around and then you just jeté and down. So this one is more like on one level, and then she's there on the floor and you straight up. And then this one, it should match her head also to the audience here. So the both of you are there. Now this one is almost, you let it settle, the same thing that we done for the pa pa pi pi po paran settle.
Be a little bit more abandoned on that run round. Yes. No, this is fine. You just need to relax a little and be a little bit more feminine, I suppose is the word, just a little bit more soft, and just think about that. Don't be too straight. Yeah, a little bit softer with it. Yeah, you've got to be really kind of overwhelmed with love. Yes, okay, yeah, when you do these things. There. So when you do the soutenu, I mean, lovely, and then you charge round, and then you just have a moment where you go, and then run to the corner. Yeah, so kind of have a moment together before the cymbal bit, I think is quite nice. Yeah, for that. And then, yes, this part wasn't right, was it? So you shouldn't stop. So once you've done your double lame duck, you should just be going 1, 2, go on, move, and move, keep moving, keep turning, and stop. Yeah, and you don't clutch his head around his face. Yeah.
Where is the head?
I think it's more curved, the line. Yeah.
Also on this side of her, so that she could find. That's it. And that's it. So if you go here, then it's so find the head there. That's right.
Mind your elbows, because you're a little hyper-extended there, so just try and keep the curve a little bit more, try not to hyper-extend into the elbow. Yeah. Okay, good, yeah. Yes, somehow we ran out of music a little bit, but normally you would do a moment here before the shoulder sit, which was really nice. Yeah, I thought you were slightly late on saying to everybody, have you enjoyed that? Wasn't it wonderful? Aren't I in love? You know, that moment when you walks forwards. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. And then I think it's up to the ballerina what she does on the next bit, but there's definitely around his head. Again, you need that circular around his head. And then 3 sways. And then try and keep your legs tucked.
Okay. And in that moment, we're just going to say, do you enjoy that? Have you enjoyed that?
Yeah.
No, but I think you've been really wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jeanette. Great, and thank you, Sandra.